Hurricane season officially began Friday. Forecasters from NOAA predict a near to above average season with 5 to 9 hurricanes. They say 1 to 4 of them could be major storms. Our David Begnaud is in San Juan, Puerto Rico, where they are still recovering from Hurricane Maria.
Tanya, here in front of the Capitol in San Juan, Puerto Rico, the shoes behind me represent the roughly 4,600 people that Harvard University estimates were killed because of Hurricane Maria. Now, Harvard released their study earlier in the week, and there was pressure throughout the week for the government of Puerto Rico to release their statistical data, their mortality data. In fact, Harvard University said, we wanted to work with the government of Puerto Rico, but they wouldn't give us the data. Within the last 24 hours, hard questions were asked of the governor, who fired back and said, I'm not trying to hide anything. I want the data to be released. And so Friday afternoon, the Puerto Rico Department of Health released what it says are the overall death numbers. And they gave us the numbers dating back to 2015, 16, 17, and the numbers through this year. Now, of course, the most notable ones are the numbers in September and October of last year. Hurricane Maria made landfall in September of last year. You'll notice there was a notable spike in September. Maria made landfall on the 20th of September, but there was an even larger spike in the month of October. In the last 4 months of 2017, there were 1,397 more deaths than the previous time period the year before. What's interesting here is that within the last 48 hours, the Puerto Rico Institute of Statistics, which is a government agency, actually sued the Puerto Rico Department of Health to get the data it believes is publicly available to everyone who should be able to review it on their own. Mark Marazzi is the executive director of the Statistics Institute. Why is it not enough?
Yes. Today they released some numbers, but it's not what we sued for. We sued for information at the case level based on specific variables that they need to provide and that are essential for preventing deaths in the aftermath of the next hurricane.
In releasing the numbers today, the Puerto Rico Department of Health said they were not trying to hide anything. They were just finalizing the numbers. And that's why they did not release the numbers to Harvard, so that they could be used in the Harvard survey. By the way, the government of Puerto Rico has hired George Washington University, paid $300,000, and they will provide the data to George Washington University. Now, here's how the studies will differ. Harvard did a study that was based on a survey of roughly 3,300 homes around the island. George Washington University's study will actually be an epidemiological review. It will use the government data, mortality rates, and other hard facts to come up with a number they believe is accurate in terms of exactly how many people died directly related to Maria and how many deaths were indirectly related, Tanya. For example, someone who was on oxygen, ran out of power, and died at home because they had no more oxygen. Or maybe another person who was on the way to the hospital and died in the ambulance because the hospital turned them away because there was no power at the hospital.
David in San Juan, Puerto Rico, thank you.